Sí,
Yes.
You give him the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at the trial. Do you understand that?
sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Sí, a los efectos de alcohol. Bueno, la estoy pasando mal.
Yes,
Porque
under
tengo
the effects
hangover.
of. Yes, under the effects of alcohol, because I have a hangover.
All right. Are you able to understand the world around you right now? Or are you just feeling a little uncomfortable?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Depresión.
Depression.
Do you take any medication for your depression?
Sí,
Yes.
What's the name of that medication?
tomo sertraline and quetiapine.
Sertraline and pithiapine.
Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your depression at this time?
No, estoy bien.
No. I'm okay.
All right, sir, I reviewed your charging affidavit in this case. I do find a factual basis for the entering your plea. I accept your plea of guilty in this case. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the
2 days, Your Honor.
2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. I will impose court costs of prosecution amount of $273. I will order that those costs be paid directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Sir, the consumption of alcohol is not going to help you with your depression. It's going to make it worse. So, something to think about. So, have a great day.
Gracias.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is the. Okay. All right, man, can you tell me your name?
Kairis Garcia.
Kairis Garcia.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested in 2020 CF 15239 AO on a charge of aggravated battery with a weapon. You also arrested in 2021 MM 430 AO on a charge of possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. State, has anybody had contact, you ever had contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor. State requests a $500 bond plus PTR on the 2020 CF 15239 case and ROR as to the 2021 MM 430 case.
Well,
Your Honor, there is no criminal history. She has no criminal history.
Correct.
And she qualifies for pretrial release. We would ask for pretrial release.
yep, but she's also charged with dangerous crime, so I have to set a monetary bond. Ma'am, in 2020 CF 15239 AO, the court's going to set your bond in that case the amount of $1,000. I'm going to place you on pretrial release conditions, pretrial release as well with bond. You should have no contact with this victim. You should maintain a separate residence from the victim. You don't live with the victim, correct?
No.
No.
I want to order that you not return to the location where this happened. You are to possessing of weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms that you have in your possession need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours after your release.
Okay.
Did she have a no contact order up there?
She did not, Your Honor. I wasn't aware it was domestic.
It's not a domestic case.
That's right, that's right, correct. All right, Ms. Garcia, I'm gonna give you my spiel about no contact. No contact is pretty simple, but people make it complicated. Any contact you could possibly think about, from posting something on social media, to taking a billboard out on I-4, or writing somebody's name or message in the sky, is a form of contact. All right, so any extreme thoughts of contact you can think about, if you think it's contact, or it might be contact, it's contact. All right, so, but the condition of your pretrial release is no contact. If you violate that condition, you're gonna be back seeing me, and you're probably not gonna be able to get out of custody at that time. You understand me?
Okay.
Okay.
Gracias.
And in the misdemeanor case 2021 MM 430 AL, ma'am, you think you're gonna be able to make that $1,000 bond?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, I'll release you on your own recognizance as to that case.
Gracias.
Thank you.
This is Spanish as well? I lost my Spanish document. It was in there in the pile I gave you. Is it Flores, Spanish? Sorry. All right, Mr. Figueroa, the next case I have is Kristen Flores Rios. He has a headset on. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Cristian Flores Rios.
Christian Flores Rios.
All right. Sir, in 21 CT 492 AO, you've been charged with the crime of no motor vehicle registration. In 2021 CT 493 AO, you've been charged with the crime of driving under the influence. Reviewed the charging affidavits in both for both charges, so I find probable causes in both cases. I'm going to say your bonds are set. I'm making a condition of your bond that you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I have no other conditions. Oh, sorry, I report the public defender to represent you while you're in custody with us. That's it, sir. Have a great day.
That's it?
Does the interpreter, we call them, or do we call them? Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Figueroa, that was the end of my Spanish cases, unless you have a Creole interpreter right next to you.
I don't, Your Honor. Apologize.
No problem. Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.
Gotta hit the top one. Good morning. Who I have on the line with us as our Creole interpreter?
This is Isabel DeRocher.
Can you say your name again, ma'am?
Isabel DeRocher.
All right, Ms. DeRocha, have you been sworn in this morning?
I have not.
If you could raise your right hand to be sworn in, that would be great. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the test you're going to translate from English to Creole and Creole to English to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Ma'am, the first case I need your help with is a gentleman named by Evans Bonbon.
Okay.
Sir, can you tell me your name?
Monsieur Dimkillon Relais. Hello? Monsieur Dimkillon Relais?
Hello.
Sir,
Dis-moi qui j'en relais, monsieur?
Hello.
I'm not sure the defendant can hear the interpreter.
I'm not sure either. Can you hear her out there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's try this one more time. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Okay, monsieur qui j'en relais?
All right. No, we can't. That's
No, I mean like the
Hello?
amplifier headsets, not the.
Okay. Bon.
All right, well, we'll do this. Sir, you're being charged with a crime of battery on a person 65 years or older.
They're getting the headsets to try to amplify the sound.
He said you couldn't. He said you could hear.
OK.
I know. He said he can hear though.
Ou capable d'entendre moi? Est-ce que vous capable d'entendre moi?
Bon, oui, m'entendez bien qu'on y a.
OK, yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. Tell me your name.
OK, qui j'en le monsieur?
Mais c'est Evans Momo.
Evans Momon.
Yeah.
Mr. Bowen, you are here on a charge of battery on a person 65 years or older.
Oui, si parce que ou te battu un monde qui te gagne plus que 65 ans.
In case 2021 CF. Sorry.
Ou non, 21 CF.
2021 CF 726AO.
72 66 AO.
The courts found probable cause for the crime of battery. Am I mistaken in not seeing a date of birth for the victim?
And have one moment.
Nous pas gagnons une date de naissance pour victime.
Non.
I have a date of birth of 1951, making her 69 years of age. It's on my witness form. Would like me to approach, Your Honor?
Where do you have it? Is it on
It's
the
on, it's on the
affidavit?
witness form.
Is that attached to your form?
Yeah, it's attached to the arrest affidavit on mine.
Oh, I see it at the end here. I'm sorry. All right. So I do find probable cause for the crime of battery on a person 65 years or older, domestic violence in nature.
Le juge là joint que gagne assez évidence pour accepter tout bagage ça yo que ou te fait attaque sur un monde qui gagne plus que 65 ans.
Has anybody had contact with the victim in this case?
Non, eh bien.
There was contact, Your Honor, but she didn't plan to come to court today.
Bagay te passe depuis longtemps.
All right.
Si victime là pas gagne plan pour lui venir dans tribunal jeudi a.
All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $250 in this case.
Il m'a mette bon nous pour $250 dans casa.
I'm going to make a condition of your bond that you do not have contact with the victim, your wife in this case.
Ou pas capable gagner aucun contact avec victime là qui c'est madame ou dans casa.
You do not possess any weapons or firearms in this case.
Ma wife,
Ou pas capable gagner aucune arme ou bien arme à feu.
non, ma sœur va bailler ça avec.
No, I don't use things like that at all.
Say it again. Ma'am, can you say it again?
No, I do not use things like that at all.
Well, I'm telling you that you can't have contact with your wife.
OK, m'a dit monsieur que ou pas capable gagner contact avec madame ou.
That means you can't speak with her, you can't call her.
Ou même quand j'ai
Ou pas
contact,
capable
on quand j'ai contact
pas
avec.
capable releler, ou pas capable parler avec elle, ou pas capable releler, ou pas capable gagner contact avec lui du tout.
You must maintain a separate residence from your wife until this case is resolved.
Ou pas capable rester dans le même cas, ou besoin rester dans une cas différente que madame ou jusqu'à ce que cas ça fin résoudre.
You have a Creo no contact order, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Eh bien, m'pas de contact avec lui, non?
Sir, you need to abide by all the conditions on the piece of paper in front of you.
M'pas de contact
OK.
avec elle.
Tout ça qui n'a papier qui devant ou besoin obéir conditions ça yo.
I'll give you a one-time return to the residence with law enforcement to pick up any belongings you need to have while this case is
Non,
pending.
économe.
Ou capable retourner dans cas là une grande fois pour prendre tout affaire ou pendant que cas ça en suspens.
Sir, you must contact law enforcement first and then follow their instructions so you can return to the residence lawfully. If you go without law enforcement,
Sorry.
the case, you will be arrested and you'll be back in front of me and you will be held in jail at no bond.
OK, monsieur, attendez bien. Ou besoin de la police avant que vous retournez la caillou pour capable prendre affaire ou retourner ensemble avec la police. Si vous violez bagage ça yo, vous pouvez retourner devant le juge là et le ça y a kembe ou dans prison, il y a pas bon encore.
Sir, I appointed the public defender to represent you in this case, and
Il
they'll be
y
able to
a
answer
bon au
any further
défenseur
questions that you
public
have
pour
about
représenter
this
pour
case.
dans cas ça.
Même pas bon, il y avait le bat-bat.
Have a great day, sir.
Il passe bonne journée, monsieur.
Non, m'pas de contact avec. M'pas de contact madame, non. M'te gen discussion avec lui, mais m'pa gen compte avec lui.
I did not fight with my wife. I had a
Well, sir,
discussion, but I did not fight with my
Sir.
wife.
Madam Interpreter, we would, can you tell him not to speak about the facts of the case as everything is being recorded?
OK, monsieur, pas
Oui.
parler de rien de cas, parce que tout bagage est enregistré. OK?
Have a great day, sir.
Passez bonne journée, monsieur.
Ok,
OK.
ok. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Madam Interpreter, I have one more case. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Again,
OK. Qui j'ai oublié, monsieur?
Walgan Bomilus.
Walken Romulus.
Yeah.
Sir, do you need the interpreter?
Est-ce que vous avez besoin d'interprète, monsieur?
Oui, oui.
Yes.
Sir, you were arrested in 2021 CT 491 AO on a charge of driving under the influence of property damage or personal injury. I reviewed the charge.
You say-
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yo te arrêté dans casa parce que ou te conduit au machine, te fait accident et que ou te dommagé quelques propriétés.
I reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, I do find probable cause for your arrest.
Moi révisé attestation et moi je ne peux gagner assez évidence pour yo arrêter.
I will leave the bonds as set in this case at an amount of $1,000.
Et gagne un bon dans casa qui mettait à $1000, m'a quitté le comme ça.
Condition of your bonds, you not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances without a valid prescription.
Les conditions de bande là, c'est que ou pas capable de prendre aucun alcool ou bien aucun médicament à moins que ou gagne une prescription pour yo.
I'll appoint a public defender's office to represent you. Have a great day,
Moi
sir.
mettez défenseur public pour représenter yo. Passez bonne journée, monsieur.
All right, thank you, Madam Interpreter. Have a great day.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good day.
All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Carol Davis.
All right, Ms. Davis, you are here in 2021 MM33AW on a charge of trespass after warning and a conveyance. Says an offer to resolve Ms. Davis' case.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
Ms. Davis, the state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit for the time that you spent in the Orange County Jail, and its court costs and cost of prosecution in the amount of $273. Is that an offer you'd like to accept today?
What is?
Can you hear me, ma'am?
I hear you, but I don't understand.
All right. The state is offering you a credit time served offer. Do you want to take that?
Time served, yes, sir.
All right. It comes with an adjudication of guilt. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right. Put your hand down, ma'am. Tell me your name again.
Carol Davis.
Ms. Davis, you're here in 2021 MM33AW on a charge of trespass after warning and a conveyance. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. The state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You understand if you accept that offer, do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest in this case?
No contest, Your Honor.
You want to enter a plea of no contest, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're given the right to have a trial. You're entitled to a trial. Do you understand you give up that right?
I don't know.
All right. I want to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I want to have them speak with you for a moment and see if we can pass our case for a minute, and then we can get back. We can go with somebody else for a moment. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Marquise Green.
All right, Mr. Green, you are here in 2021 CF 687AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. Court did find probable cause yesterday and today for your arrest in that matter. The court's going to set your bond in the amount of $2,500 as a discount. On condition of your bonds, you have no contact with the victim.
Yes, sir.
No weapons, no firearms.
No, sir.
All right.
There was never a weapon, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you do possess, and you should turn it over to law enforcement within 24 hours. I appointed the public defender's office to represent you. I appointed the public defender to represent you. So you'll get your next court date on demand.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day.
Yeah, what's the bond of that case?
2,500.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Are you back on Ms. Davis? Ms. Davis, you ready to go?
Huh?
Are you ready to go?
Uh-huh.
Did you speak with Ms. George? Did she understand, explain to you everything that's going on?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We're back in 2021 MM33AW. Ma'am, do you understand you being charged with trespass after warning in a conveyance? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you understand if you enter a plea of no contest, you give up the right to have giving up the right to have a trial? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you give up the right to have Ms. George appointed to represent you at that trial?
I don't want to trial.
No. Do you understand that you give up the right to have your attorney represent you at a trial?
Yeah.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Have you been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
I can't hear you. Have you been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Who?
A mental health illness.
Am I?
Have you been diagnosed?
No. I
Okay.
got nothing like that.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
All right, so, ma'am, I've read the charging affidavit in this case. I find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest. I adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I give you credit for the 2 days,
3 days,
3 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. And I will impose court costs in the amount of $273. I'll reduce all those costs of judgment.
Yes, sir.
All right, you got 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence. Have a great day, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Tyreek Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here in 2021 MM 424AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Has anybody heard from the victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $2,000. I'm going to make a condition of your bond that you have no contact with this victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I appointed the public defender's office to represent you in this case. You understand all the things under no contact order, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that includes calling from the jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Have a great day, Mr. Johnson. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Keith Bailey.
Say again?
Keith Bailey.
Webden Guillermo Ortiz Babon.
He's medical, Your Honor.
All right. I want to actually reset him to tomorrow. Actually,
He won't be attending.
oh, yeah, okay, I got you. All right, this is 2021 CF 677AO.
Defense
Appointed
waived
public
his
defenders
appearance.
represent him.
Defense waived his appearance.
All right, we're gonna waive your appearance in this, Mr. Ortiz Pabon's case. The court did find probable cause based on the affidavit and proof that there's an injunction in place. State, what do you think about his bond conditions?
We have for a $2,500 bond is to count one. A $1,000 bond is to count two. No contact to abide by any injunctions that are currently in place. No weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
All right, that sounds agreeable. I want to set bond in account one, the amount of $2,500. I want to set bond in account two, the amount of $1,000. I'm going to make it a condition of his bond that he have no contact, zero contact with his victim, that he do not return to her residence, that he abide by the injunction signed by the circuit court judge in this case. In 2018 DR 70 AO, I want to order that he do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He shouldn't be in possession of any anyways. I will order that he is not to consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right. All right, Mr. Bailey. Sorry, can you tell me your name one more time?
Keith Bailey.
All right, Mr. Bailey, you are here in 2021 CF 164 AO. On the first count of there's two charges. First charge is aggravated assault, domestic violence. Second charge is battery, domestic violence. I have people in the witness box. I don't know, are you all intending to testify?
I'm the mom.
I can't hear. Yes, well, somebody got to speak into the microphone.
I'm the mom.
You're a mom?
Andrea.
Okay.
I have one moment, John.
And the dad.
Okay. I think this is the sister. It was the victim.
Is Jody Bailey Mason here?
No.
All right. Mom, can you tell me your name?
My name is Andrea Bailey.
All right, Miss Bailey, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
I can't hear you.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, not but the truth, so help you God? All right, put your hand down. All right, Mr. Bailey lives with you, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm talking to Mom.
Huh?
Yep, Mom. Yep. So Keith Bailey lives with you, correct?
Yes, he does.
All right. His sister lives in a separate residence, correct?
Yes.
All right, she has her own house and everything like that?
Yes.
So the sister lives in a separate house?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Do you watch her kids?
No, I watch. My son live with me. No.
The son lives with you, but your daughter has children, correct?
She has children, my grandkids. Yes.
Yes. But do you watch those children?
Sometimes, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to do this. In 2021 CF 164 AO, based on that testimony, first thing I'm going to do is strike the no return to the scene of the offense in the warrant. I'm going to set bond in count one in the amount of $2,000. I'm going to set bond in count two in the amount of $500. I will order that he have no contact with the victim in this case. Order that he maintain a separate residence. So, Mr. Bailey, when you do get out, if you do get out, if your sister comes over to drop off the kids, you can't be there. Do you understand that? You have to leave, and then you got to come back. You understand?
Understand.
Just look at me. Do you understand that?
Understand.
All right. Do you understand all the conditions in the no contact order?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right. Sir, you were out on bond in 2020 CF 1. Oh, sorry. As far as part of this case, 2021 CF 164 AO, ordered you do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You possess or consume no drugs or alcohol while you're out on this bond. You were out on bond in 2020 CF 11074 AO. And in that case, based on the probable cause found in the arrest warrant, in this case, the court's going to revoke that bond. I'm going to set a new bond at none until you can get in front of your division judge to handle that, okay? All right, thank you all. Have a great day. Have a good day. Tell me your name, sir.
Joshua Casado.
All right, is anybody here for Mr. Casado?
No, Your Honor.
All righty. I got somebody in the booth. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name? No, keep your face covered.
Oh, sorry.
There you
Crystal
go.
Hernandez.
All right. Can you raise your right hand before then? There you go. Other hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Correct.
All right. You can slide a little bit over to your left so you can speak directly into the microphone. There we go. All right.
He's saying that he does not know who that is.
I was wondering that too, but I cheated.
That's not the victim I have for Mr. Casado's case.
Neither. I know she was a witness, a sister.
Not Cheyenne, no. Is that Cheyenne? That's not Cheyenne.
She stepped in the booth.
I'm like,
I
wow,
was gonna ask.
she
that was
changed
my
a
next
lot in
question.
one night. Wow.
Yeah, my next question. You have fans, Mr. Casado, apparently. All right, Mr. Casado, you were arrested in 2021 CF 727AO. There are 3 charges in the information. In the charging affidavit. The first count is aggravated assault, domestic violence. Second count is false imprisonment, domestic violence, and then the third count is battery, domestic violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for all the counts. As to count 1, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,000. As to count 2, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,500. As to count 3, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500. Make a condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. All right, do you understand the no contact order right there in front of you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you had a chance to read it and understand it?
So what are you saying about the bond? Oh, what's the bond then? The bond?
Is the amount of $4,000 total.
Oh, total?
All right. All right. But you understand the no contact order? That's the most important part of this.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Because if you have contact with this victim, you're gonna be back in front of me, and you're not gonna be able to get back out. You understand that?
All right.
I want to order that you maintain a separate residence from the victim. I want to order that you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I want to order that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have an out-of-county warrant as well. I just lost the page for it. From Osceola County.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yep. So, and your bond in that case is $2,500.
Okay.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office represents you in both of your cases. Have a great day, sir.
I got a question. Am I going to Osceola now for that, or?
If you can bond out, your total bonds are, was it 4,000 plus 600 and $6,500?
I mean, that's not possible. I'm not gonna bond out. So, like, what's gonna happen next? What do I do? Like,
Osceola come pick you up,
Okay.
but it may not because you have open charges here. So, you got to, or appoint the public defender's office represents you. You got to talk to them about getting that case resolved down in Osceola for the DUI.
and in this case right here, I don't get to fight this case. I'm automatically.
No. You get to fight it. You got to get a public defender.
Okay.
So they got to file their information, and that's later down the road. But today, that's what it has to get. It's something I did everything I had to do. Have a great day, sir. All right, sir. Tell me your name.
Carlos Edwards.
All right, Mr. Edwards. Anybody here for Mr. Edwards? All right, get started. All right. Mr. Edwards, you are here in 2020 CF 13064AL. There are 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry over. Yeah, 164AO. You have 1, 2, 3, charges.
He has 2 cases, Your Honor.
Okay, that's what I was looking for the second case as I was. All right, there it is. All right. In the felony case, on 2020 CF 13064 AO case, you've been arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, aggravated assault, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. You have a misdemeanor case in 2020 MM 452 AO on a charge of domestic violence, battery, and resisting an officer without violence. They reviewed a charging affidavit in the misdemeanor case. I do find probable cause. The judge signed a warrant in your felony case for already finding probable cause. Has anybody had contact with this victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir. In 2020, CF 13064 AO, on the court's found probable cause in this offense, we're going to set bond amount of $2,500. This is count 2, aggravated assault with deadly weapon, domestic violence. The court's going to set bond amount of $1,500. Count 3, domestic battery, domestic violence battery. We're going to set bond amount of $500. We'll order that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You cannot possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal substances without a valid prescription. You are to have no contact with this victim. All right?
Yes, sir.
You understood the no contact order you signed?
Yes, sir.
All right? All the conditions on it. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All forms of contact.
Yes, sir.
You think it's contact, it's contact. You understand? You must maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll strike the no return on the warrant. Change it to maintain a separate residence because the victim's not here to tell me the living situation. I will give him a one-time return with law enforcement. So if you need to go back to the house, go back. You need to call law enforcement, wait for them, follow their directions. If you go back without them, you'll be back here in front of me saying, Judge, well, I don't know what happened. You understand me?
I understand.
All right. You also, in the 2020 MM 452 AO case, I'm going to set bond in count 1 amount of $500 and as a count 2 $1,000. Resisting officer without violence is $1,000. Same conditions as to his felony case. I'm not going to take any action until the driver license suspended charge. Yes.
So that means I still be able to bond out?
You still be able to bond out. Unless the state you want to resolve the duelist.
No, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right, have a great day.
All right, thank you.
Scan what?
You have to scan the card.
I have a card. What card? I'm sorry, you told me about a card.
That's it.
I ain't scanned
No,
the card in all week.
Yeah, after every case, before every case.
Yeah, just put it right underneath the scanner and just, yeah, just push it back. Yeah.
I won't forget to do this, so y'all may want to take over this task.
Before every file, every case.
Yeah. All right, sir. Tell me your name.
Cheyenne Garcia.
All right, Mr. Garcia. You were arrested in 2021 CF 709 AO on 3 counts. The first count is aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic violence. Count 2 is possession of officer without violence. And count 3 is possession of cannabis at 600, under 20 grams.
I did.
All right, we got the right. All right, we got the right victim.
Yes.
All right, tell me your name again.
Crystal Hernandez?
All right, Ms. Hernandez, you were sworn in earlier, correct?
Yes.
All right, can you tell me how you know Mr. Garcia?
That's my boyfriend.
All right, and are you afraid of Mr. Garcia?
Not at all.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, not at all.
All right, if something like this were to happen again, what would you do?
This won't ever happen again.
No, don't tell me about this won't ever happen again. Tell me about what you will do if this were to happen again.
I just leave.
You just leave? All right. And you all share a common residence, correct? You
No,
live
no,
together?
no. I moved out, so it's just his.
Okay. All right. State, you have any questions?
The defendant qualifies for being
You have any
released.
questions?
I'm sorry?
You have any questions for the
Yeah,
witness?
I was saying the defendant qualifies without having to post a bond on pretrial release. Do you have any
Does not-
objection?
He does not qualify without posting a bond.
I'm sorry?
He's charged with a dangerous crime. He does not qualify for non-monetary release. So
Wait, so he's not getting released?
he can be released out on a bond and some release conditions. But the question I have for the state of Florida is, do they have any questions for you as to those release conditions?
So the state's belief is that if the victim is present and says that she wants him to be released, he can be released without posting a bond. That may be different what the court's interpretation is. The question for the victim is, does she have an issue with him being released without posting a bond?
Okay.
That was the question to the victim.
All right. And no is your answer?
No, sir.
Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No questions, Your Honor.
I have one more question, ma'am. Mr. Hernandez, has anything like this happened in the past?
Never.
Okay. All right, sir, based on that testimony, I'm
Your
gonna do
Honor,
this.
can you have a moment?
Yes, sir.
I believe we have a probable cause challenge in this case.
Okay. All right, tell me what you got. So which offense?
As to the aggravated assault with the firearm, Your Honor. In the four corners of the arrest affidavit, for this to constitute an aggravated assault with firearm, the alleged victim has to have an apprehension of fear. That fear has to be reasonable. The alleged victim in this case stated that when Garcia was leaving the apartment, my client, he grabbed his gun and put it in his pocket. Hernandez stated that Garcia did not threaten her with the firearm or point it at her.
Okay.
And then, my client said that in the arrest.
All right, so let's talk, I know, let's talk about the first paragraph, because it's the caller of the 911 caller that's making these allegations.
And the defense argument is going to be that the independent witness is not going to be in a position to indicate how the alleged victim in this case felt. I mean, she's not a mind reader. Anything that independent witness is going to say is going to be mere speculation.
So,
we have
Mr. Thompson, my question is, does the case law support the idea that the victim has a subjective understanding of fear? Or is it the standard that a reasonable person would be afraid?
Well, we have the alleged victim saying that she wasn't in fear and that she wasn't threatened with the firearm. So what the defense is.
Your attorney's doing a good job for you. Just let him finish. I'm just trying to flesh out this argument so I can have a clear understanding of what that is.
Okay, it's just like if it was, let me change gears to like if it was, let's just say that it wasn't an aggravated assault with a firearm, it was a kidnapping, right? For a kidnapping, the alleged victim has to be confined or moved against her will. We had a case where the independent witness said that this alleged victim was kidnapped, but we had no indication that it was against the victim's will because we had no testimony from the alleged victim in that case. So the court couldn't find proof, evidence, presumption great in that case. With the aggravated assault, it has to be, yes, a reasonable person has to be in fear of their life and find that apprehension of fear reasonable. However, the alleged victim also has to state that she was in fear of her life and that she was threatened. The alleged victim in this case said that that did not happen. And it's from the four corners of the arrest affidavit, it would appear that my client grabbed the firearm, put it in his pocket, and was just trying to leave. So that's why I would say that there's no probable cause for on count one. We'll ask for ROR in that case.
All right, as to count one, the allegations are being brought by, like from the 911 caller, in the four corners of the affidavit said that he threatened to shoot her. Okay, that's what he heard, that's what the 911 call heard, and the standard, I believe, based on case law, Mr. Hernandez, is that what a reasonable person would believe. And probable cause is a extremely low case standard. I'm not saying this is a great, those are all great defenses at a trial. As to probable cause, and they're going to find probable cause as to count one. As to count one, the court is going to do this though. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 as to count one. As to count two and count, sir, if I set the bond at $1,500, you'll be able to get out, you think?
Like to pay $1,500?
No, I'm just saying, if you think, after talking to a bondsman, setting the bond at $1,500, will you be able to get out? All right.
Like to pay that 10% or to
Yes,
pay
to pay the
1,500?
10%. To pay the 10%, will you think you'll be able to do that?
$300?
$150.
100 to get out? Yeah, I got $100, yeah.
You have $150?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I want to set bond in count two in the amount of $500. I'm going to ROR him as to count three. I'll make a condition of his bond that he's to have no contact with the victim until you can get in front of your division judge to have a full bond hearing. I have some concerns based on Ms. Hernandez's testimony that her response that I'm just going to leave isn't exactly, may not be safe if this allegations were to be true. Now I'm saying that they are, but if they were to be true, the court's not comfortable with that contact at this time. So basically I'm ordering a cooling off period until you can get in front of your division judge and have a full bond hearing. You understand?
I know for a fact that, like,
appointed public defender's office to represent you. They represent you. All right. You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim. All right. So it sounds like she's moved out. So
she's moved out because I said so.
yeah.
Like, really,
So wait. She's moved out. So I'm going to say maintain a separate residence. So you can go back home apparently because she's not there. Because she just testified she's not there. All right. You have to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right.
Testimony, y'all.
Ms. Hernandez, were any drugs or alcohol used or part of this incident?
No, sir.
So I won't order that. No, I won't order. No drugs. I appointed a public defender because he's in jail right now. Mr. Garcia, you appoint a public defender right now. You always hire your own attorney in the future. You understand that?
yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Have a great day, Mr. Hernandez. Come on, sir. Tell me your name.
Jim Lewis Byron.
All right, Mr. Lewis Byron, you're here in 2021 MM 439AO on charge of battery domestic violence. In 2021 CF 710AO, you're in charge of aggravated battery domestic violence. The court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and do find probable cause for your arrest. As to both cases, the misdemeanor case and the felony case. Has anybody heard from the victims in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sir, I want to set bond in the misdemeanor case in the amount of $500. As the count 2 in this case, of course, going to set bond in the amount of $2,500. On a felony case, I'm sorry. Felony case, $2,500. Want to order in both cases that you have no contact with the victims, that you do maintain a separate residence. Or that you do not return to the residence in this case. I'll give you a one-time, if you need to go back for some reason, you left some personal items there, one time with law enforcement. So call law enforcement first, and then follow their instructions on how to get to the house. Understand that? If you go there without law enforcement, you're gonna be arrested, and you're gonna be facing me again. Understand that? You possessing of weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Do you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription? You understand? All right. Have a good day, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Smith Manuel.
Mr. Manuel, you were arrested in 2021 CF 708AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic violence. And I have a witness in the booth, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Diamond Henry.
Say your name.
Diamond Henry.
Ms. Henry, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, number of truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Ma'am, can you tell me how you know Mr. Emmanuel?
We knew each other for about 4 years now in a relationship.
All right, you put your hand down.
Oh.
All right, that's no problem. All right, do you all have any children in common?
No.
All right. And are you in fear of Mr. Emmanuel?
No, sir.
All right. If something like this were to happen again, what would you do?
I'm sorry?
If something like this were to happen again, what would you do?
It wouldn't happen again, but
No.
call the police.
All right. All right, State, do you have any questions for Ms. Henry?
No.
Defense?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
State, can you, when was this last battered domestic violence arrest?
Um, 2012. You said arrest, I'm sorry.
Yep. This is a conviction, so.
It's not an orange.
PTR, you know, you got this on my sheet, so.
It was a warrant in November of 2017 for
So-
aggravated assault with the firearm, but the victim's not listed in our system.
All right, Ms. Henry, I got one more question. Has anything like this happened in the past?
No. Absolutely not. No.
All right, so Mr. Manning, I'll do this. Based on Ms. Henry's testimony and our review of the charging affidavit, I want to set your bonds as follows. I want to set your bond amount of $1,500 as the count one, as the sole count of this. I'll place you on, well, it says, Ms. Henry, do you want him to return home?
Yes, please.
All right. All right, Mr. Manuel, I want to do this based on Ms. Henry's testimony. I'm going to order that you have no hostile contact with her.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
No arguing, no fighting. Definitely can't lay hands on. No threats.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you get loud, and the neighbors call the police, you're going to jail. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Because you're supposed to have no hostile contact with Ms. Henry. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Henry, do you understand that?
I completely understand it.
All right. I want to order that you, but also on the order that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. You got to turn over any weapons or firearms to law enforcement. This is with pretrial release supervision. Yes. This is bond with pretrial.
What?
Ms. Henry, was alcohol or drugs played a role in this?
No.
I won't order that. Does you still have a problem with substance abuse?
I'm
Mr.
sorry?
Manuel? Does Mr. Manuel seem to suffer from any substance abuse issues?
No.
Okay. All right. So you can go home. You can go home. No arguing. No violence. All right.
It wasn't never.
If you guys get into this little heated argument again, what are you gonna do?
Leave the house.
All right. Sounds like a deal to me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Elaine Rodriguez.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez. This is like a whole bunch of stuff. This is a whole bunch of stuff. See, I already got the size hand this thing like 4 times. All right. All right, Ms. Rodriguez, you are here in 2021 CF 718AL.
Yes.
On a charge of aggravated assault and domestic violence. All right, now I have a witness in the booth, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ryan Dean.
Say your name again?
Ryan Dean.
Dean?
Dean, D-E-A-N.
Okay. All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, can you put your hand down? And can you tell me, how do you know Ms. Rodriguez?
We've been together 4 years. We've been married for over a year.
All right. And are you afraid of Ms. Rodriguez?
I'm sorry?
Are you afraid of Ms. Rodriguez?
No, I'm not.
All right. If something like this were to happen in the future, what would you do?
I would remove myself from a situation that I feel is getting out of hand much quicker.
All right. And has something like this happened in the past?
Not to this level, no.
All right. Was substance abuse or drugs or alcohol played a part in this?
No, sir.
All right. State, do you have any questions?
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Yes.
No further questions.
No questions from defense, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Dean, you want your wife to return home?
Yes, yes.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna do this. Ma'am, as to the aggravated assault, aggravated assault, domestic violence charge, the court did find probable cause for your arrest. I want to set bond in that case in amount of $1,000. I'm going to place you on pretrial release. You have no hostile contact with your husband. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What do you think no hostile contact means?
No arguing, no confrontation.
All right. So yeah. So no loud arguments, no threats, no violence. All right, of any type. You understand that?
Yes.
If you're getting upset with him or with the kids, what are you gonna do?
Leave the situation.
All right. It's nice out in Florida right now. Take a brisk walk. You understand? All right. You possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand that?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Tell me your name.
My name is Orlando Rodriguez Otero.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez Otero, you're here in 2021 CF 729 AO. All right, not the one that's. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right. On charge of aggravated assault, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, battery on a person 65 years or older, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. Court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and did find probable cause for your arrest. Has anybody had contact with the victim? All right, sir, as follows, let's set your bonds as follows. As account one, set your bond in the amount of $2,500. Going to set bond amount in count two, the amount of $1,500. Bond in count three, the amount of $500. In order that you have no contact with the victim. That you maintain a separate residence. Do not return to the scene. No weapons, no firearms. And weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to consume or you should not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You are out on bond or pretrial release in 2021 CF 359 AO. The court is going to revoke that pretrial release. The court is going to set your new bond in that case at none until you can get in front of your division judge to have a bond hearing. Have a great day, sir. Ms. Davis, y'all get your new forms, man. Still 2021.
These forms don't come from pretrial services.
Where are you from? Where's making these orders? All right, sir, tell me your name.
I'm Eric Williams.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Apologize. All right, ma'am, you are here in 2021 CF 730 AO on 3 charges. The first charge is resisting officer without violence. Second charge is criminal mischief and of over $1,000, and the last one is battery dating violence. Anybody had contact with the victim in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. After reviewing the affidavit, I do find probable cause for your arrest as to those charges. I'll state your bonds and the criminal mischief charge at $1,000 and resisting officer without violence in the amount of $100. I'll set your bonds as to the dating violence charge in the amount of $500. In order that you have no contact with this victim, you maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time with law enforcement to return to the residence to pick up any personal items that you have at the residence. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, so you understand all that? All right, to have no contact with the victim, no weapons or firearms. You need to maintain a separate residence from the victim. All right?
Thank you, Judge. I'm going.
Yep, no, keep your mask on.
I'll
No
be
drugs,
blessed.
no, ma'am, look, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You understand that? No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Prescription for drugs and alcohol?
No, you cannot possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Why not? Okay.
Want the public defender's office to represent her. Enjoy, Mr. Thompson. Sir, tell me your name.
My name is Donnell York.
And Mr. York, you are here in 2020 MM 7371AO on a charge of a violation of a PCR condition on a domestic violence case in 2000.
We also have victim here. You want them in courtroom at the same time?
That would be state's request, Your Honor.
Say it.
That would be the state's request, have them both brought
If
in.
you
so we
guys can do that somehow. That's-
What's that? He's not in. That's incorrect, sir. He's not in my. I'm not. He's not the victim in my case.
I didn't think so, but if you.
He's not the victim in my case, sir.
Yeah, the victim in his case is the victim in the other person's case. They share the same victim.
Yeah.
That's my mistake.
That's why I thought it was all. But,
Yeah. What's up?
I thought you guys knew something I didn't know. I'm trusting you all.
No.
All right, hold on. Hold on, Mr. York. You also had 2020 CF 3979 AO. We had a warrant out for your failure to appear. As to the violation of the PTR condition, the court did find probable cause for your arrest. Well, until the court didn't. The judge assigned an arrest warrant finding probable cause for your arrest. The court is going to set your bond in that case amount of $1,000. Say it? That's an MM case, yes. I'm going to order that you do not return, that you have no contact with the victim in that case. Maintain separate residences, no weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to, as to the failure to appear warrant, the judge in that case set your bond at none. So your bond's going to remain at none until you get in front of the judge to have a bond hearing. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Have a great day, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Márcio Pantoja de Sá Franco da Silva.
Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 329AO on a charge of violation of a domestic violence injunction for no contact. The judge has signed a warrant finding probable cause for your arrest. Is the victim here? No. I want to order that your bonds in this case be set at an amount of $1,000. I want to order that you have no contact with the victim, that you do not return to the location or this incident, or that you abide by the injunction in 2020 DR 13502 AO. Do you understand that?
I couldn't hear everything. I'm sorry.
All right. Do you see the no contact order in front of you?
Yes, yes.
Have you read it?
Yes, I was reading.
I need you to finish reading it because I need you to understand it.
No, can I
All
say?
right, wait, no, don't say anything. All right. Did you receive a did you receive a copy of your injunction?
Yes.
Did you read the injunction?
Yes.
You understand the orders?
Yes, I do.
You understand no contact, zero, absolutely none.
She contacted me.
No, I don't care. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you block her. You
Yes.
have no contact. You stay away. You run away. You stay away from this person, and by all means.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a setup. You
No,
agree?
I'm
sorry.
okay with it. I'm okay of not going because
So-
I don't even want to be around her.
So don't contact her.
I swear to God, no.
All right. You want to appoint a public
Swear to
defender's
God,
office to represent you. All right.
Huh?
I appointed the public defender's office to represent you. All right.
Can you advise the defendant of his immigration hold, Your Honor?
Sir, it looks like the Immigration and Customs Enforcement has a detainer on you. I don't know the details of it. I'm quite sure there'll be an agent by the interview as to that. All right. Have a great day. Yeah, no weapons, no firearms. Well, so no weapons or firearms. You shouldn't have any anyways. That's why that's abiding by the injunction includes no weapons, no firearms. He does not follow. Well, if he's in custody, if he remains in custody, the public defender's office will remain in custody. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Quattlebaum.
Say again?
Jeffrey Quattlebaum.
All right, Mr. Caldwell, you are here in 2021 MM432 AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. You are... I want to set your bonds in this case in the amount of $500. Or that you have no contact with the victim as a condition of your bonds. Yes, sir.
I don't have no money. I'm a full-time student. I work full-time. I'm backed up on my rent. Like, I'm put in this situation because my mother's a liar.
Okay. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you in this case. The problem is I don't have any contact with the victim in this case, so the law is like, really, I can't, as far as this charge, cannot release you on a non-monetary bond.
Because you can't get
one more question. More questions. He has no criminal history, correct?
No, I've never been arrested.
Wait. Talking to PTR. I'll make sure that.
Well, he has an out-of-state conviction for disorderly conduct.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm gonna set your bond at $250. Still gonna order no contact with the victim. Maintain a separate residence. You can maintain a separate residence. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You understand? All right. Have a great day, sir. Yes, sir. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement. So if you need to go back to the house for some reason, so you maintain a separate residences.
No,
I'm saying, if you need to go back there for some reason, you got some person got left something personal there, you can call law enforcement. They'll tell you how to get that done. So I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to make that happen. All right, have a great day, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Craig Russell.
All right, Mr. Russell, you're here in 2021 MM15AE on a charge of battery domestic violence. Before review the charging affidavit in this case, I do find probable cause for your arrest. I want to set your bonds in this case in the amount of $500 with pretrial release conditions, that you had to have no contact with this victim, to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time with law enforcement to return to the location to retrieve any personal items that you have. So you can go with law enforcement. Don't go there by yourself.
Okay.
All right? Call law enforcement. They'll tell you how to make that happen. You are to possessing no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess or consume no controlled substances or alcohol without a valid prescription while you're out on pretrial release. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to order drug testing at his expense. Through pretrial release.
Hey, Your Honor, is that bond plus pre-trial release?
Yes, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Israel Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, you are here in 2021 MM441AO on a charge of battery dating violence. Has anybody heard from this victim?
Hang on.
The court reviewed the charging affidavit. I do find probable cause for your arrest in this matter. The court is going to set your bonds in the amount of $1,000 as a discount. I'm going to make a condition of your bond that you have no contact with this victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to You are to not consume or possess any drugs or alcohol as a condition of your pretrial release without a valid your release on bond without a valid prescription. And state, have you filed on this felony case 2020 CF 15728? Is it 728? Or 15172 AO.
We have not made a charging decision. It hasn't been 30 days yet.
It has not?
No, I have it at the 12/25 arrest.
Okay. All right, sir, you are out on bond at 2020 CF 15172 AO. The court now found probable cause that you have committed a new law offense while on bond.
You say I'm on bond? I'm not on bond.
On release, or ROR. What's your?
I'm not out on
It says
bond.
surety bond.
I'm not out on bond.
This say it's the same defendant for that case?
I have a date of birth of 4/6/94.
That case was thrown out a month ago.
15172.
Yes.
It says you're out on a $2,500 bond from Native Bail Bond
For what case? What is the case?
for a felony case.
It's a driving while license suspended.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
in Polk County. But I bonded out here. That's driving with no license.
It's an Orange County case, correct? Because somebody
Polk
gave me
County.
information about it.
It's the Orange County case.
All right. Court
It's an
found
Orange
probable
County
cause that
case.
you were arrested on a new law offense. The court's going to revoke your bonds as to that charge or set a new bond at none.
Your Honor, I do see that that case might have been transferred to
It's Polk County.
traffic, civil traffic, civil traffic court, Your Honor.
Civil traffic? You
Yeah, I
mean
don't-
county?
County traffic. I don't think it's a criminal charge anymore, is it?
I don't know, state. I don't know.
It came in as a felony. It's a request to transfer from circuit to misdemeanor.
Oh,
So from circuit to county court.
All right. So it hasn't been transferred just yet.
And that was filed on 1/14, it looks like.
So was the information filed then?
It doesn't show in my system, but let's see what the clerk site says.
We don't have the information filed.
So how do we transfer the case before they filed the case? I'm just asking. I don't know if that was an error or it seems to be procedurally,
Print out the request.
yeah. So Say you may want to investigate that. All right,
So
sir. Have a great day.
Were you taking action on that?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
All right. I have Lynn Calvin. So I'm for the next person.
What was the last name, Your Honor?
Okay. Calvin.
You have an inmate number?
21001537. Oh, they bonded. Oh, sorry. Whoops, I'm blind. You messing me up, man.
No.
You messing me up. That's what you're doing. Trying to get me. Trying to get me. I see. See you trying to get me here. All right, now, Amen. I guess the next person, correct? I had Isaac Amen. Isaac Amen's mental health, 2021 MM440AO. Here on charge of paid theft. You want to reset this to tomorrow? I'm putting a public defender to represent him. You guys want to reset it to tomorrow so we can resolve it, or? And,
Your Honor, we're going to waive his appearance.
Your Honor, the defense asked for a ROR in this case. It seems that
I was thinking about it, but I guess I got to answer some questions from pretrial release because I don't have any criminal history, and it looks like he has it says APHIS ID was not completed. Oh, no, I said I'll get it updated. Oh, sorry. All right, updated. All right, since he has no criminal history, the court's going to release Mr. Amen on his own recognizance. Actually, does he qualify for mental health pretrial release?
He can be screened for it.
I would like him screened for mental health pretrial release first, and if not, then I'll release him as own recognizance. I don't know if we can do that first. I don't know how we want to do it. I want him screened for pretrial release first, mental health pretrial release first. If he does not qualify, then I will release him on his own recognizance. Yeah. All right, ready to go. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Raymond Belshner.
All right, Mr. Belcher, you are here in 2021 MM434AO on a charge of trespass on property after warning. Say you have an offer for Mr. Belcher.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
To adjudication of guilt?
Yes, Your Honor. No objection to, no action on the out on bond.
Okay. Sir, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit time served in this case. Is that what you want to take?
Yes, sir.
Are you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
You can put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Raymond Dennis Belshner.
All right, Mr. Belcher, you're here in 2021 MM434AO on a charge of trespass on a property after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want a...
Can I have a moment? Speak with us. Can I talk to him outside? Can I talk to him
Sure.
away from the microphones?
Yep. Well, I don't know if you can take that with him, but you're going to leave the headsets.
He's kind of jumping in and out, too.
All right. Well, let's keep rolling then while we're doing that. No, you put your hand down. Tell me your name. Go into the microphone, tell me your name.
Orlando Candelaria, sir.
All right, Mr. Candelario, you are here in 2021 MM444AO on 2 counts. Possession of drug paraphernalia and resisting an officer without violence. State you have an offer for Mr. Candelario to resolve his case.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served.
All right, Mr. Candelario, the state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, in this case, in court costs and cost of prosecution. Is that something you want to take today?
Yes, but I have.
Just yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I solemnly swear here in the courtroom.
All right, put your hand down. All right, tell me your name one more time.
Orlando Candelario.
All right, Mr. Candelario, you are here in 2021 MM444AO.
Okay.
On 2 counts. For both of them are first-degree misdemeanors. They're both punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Do you understand that, though?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up the right to have a trial in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that giving up the right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor. No problem.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Not at all, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, they did not.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
I am a United States citizen, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Do you understand? But do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, I do find a probable cause for your arrest. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I will give you credit for the
2 days, Your
2
Honor.
days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I will impose court costs across the cost of prosecution amount of $273. Sir, when you're not with us, what do you do for a living?
I'm an OPC for Westgate, outside service person. I work on International Drive, and I help direct tourists where they need to go, locals or other countries, wherever they're from.
All right. So, sir, I will order that you pay those costs directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. Do you understand that?
Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Yes, you guys? No? Huh. Yeah. I think you just, all right, I had, Alejandro Candelario bonded.
I need that thing again.
Sorry, Alejandro Candelario bonded. All right, so we're back on Mr. Belshner, I'm sorry. We ready to go on that case?
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to know for fire records, if he enters this plea, will you take no action on the Allen bond charge?
Yep, that's what I said.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Belshner, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony? I said, you were previously sworn, correct?
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down. All right, sir. You were here in 2021 MM434AO, and for trespass on property after warning, that's a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You say you want to resolve your case with the state's offer, correct?
I don't want to go to jail for a year, no.
No. You want to resolve your case, I'll give you the maximum penalty. So the maximum that can happen to you is 1 year in the jail. But the state's offer is credit time served.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right.
I just want this to go away.
All right, that's fine. Well, you got to answer a few of my questions, all right? So do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest, Your Honor.
That's fine.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of no contest to these charges, you give up the right to have a trial?
All right.
You understand you give up the right to have a court-appointed attorney to represent you at a trial?
I don't need an attorney.
No, you understand you're giving up the right?
Oh, yes, I understand it.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
We got to pull your mask above your nose. There you go. Thank you. Have you been diagnosed now or in the past with a mental health illness?
I have dementia from a car wreck.
All right.
I forget things.
Okay. Other than that, do you have any other mental health illnesses?
No.
Do you take any medications for your dementia?
No.
All right. Are you able to understand or remember what the conversation we were having earlier?
Yes.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation. All right, sir. I read the charging affidavit in your case. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I'm going to impose court costs in the amount of $273 and cost of prosecution. I'm going to reduce those costs of judgment at this time. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, sir.
Can you write all this down? I get.
Yep, they're going to get it all written down for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, tell me your name, sir.
Keith Hicks.
Mr. Hicks, you're here in 2021 MM 448 AO on charge of trespass on property after warning and resisting officer without violence. State, do you have an offer to resolve Mr. Hicks' case?
I don't have his criminal history. It still says John Doe on mine.
I gave you an updated one with,
He doesn't have any criminal history based on the face sheet, the updated face sheet I'm looking at.
All right, then a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served, no return without a valid ticket.
All right. Mr. Hicks, do you want to resolve your case today with that offer, withhold adjudication of guilt?
Yes.
Credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail and no return to the bus station without a valid ticket. Is that
Yes,
what
sir.
you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Ms. Hicks, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me your name?
Keith Hicks.
All right. Are you the Mr. Hicks that was arrested for this case?
Excuse me?
You're arrested on the name John Doe.
That's what they call, that's my YouTube channel name, so that's what they had put in the paperwork.
All right. Well,
I have a YouTube, so.
well, are you better known by Keith A. Hicks?
Keith A. Hicks, that's me.
All right, put your
I'm
hand down.
John Doe on
All
line.
right, sir, you are being charged in 2021 MM 448 AO on a charge of trespass after warning and resisting an officer without violence. Both of those are first-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and up to a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You want to resolve this case today with a plea of guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
All right. You understand by pleading guilty to these charges, you give it the right to have a trial.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You understand you give it the right to have a court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
At a trial, an attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
If there was a witness you wanted to call that did not want to appear, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol in this case?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right, I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find a factual basis for the offense. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I will give you the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you were here. I will order court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $273. I order you not return to the scene of this incident without a valid ticket. I'll give you up to 1 year, to pay the $273 directly to the clerk. You understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Sarah Lewis.
All right. Tara Lewis, right?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lewis, you are arrested in 2021 MM 443 AL on charge of exposure of sexual organs. Say this is the case you want to resolve now?
There's no offer, Your Honor.
There's no offer? All right. Ma'am, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. I will release you on pre-trial release in this case. In order that you do not return. This is a mapping zone case, right? Where this happened? Yeah, on an OBT.
Oh, I'm not too sure, Your Honor.
Oh. You have one of those little mapping zone things, or no?
I don't know the answer to that.
No, she's the boss lady.
I believe this is one.
So you ordered no return back?
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Lewis, I need you to review that. When you cannot return to that area, this area on OBT where you were picked up. All right.
Okay, so you're saying a stay away order, basically?
Yes, stay away from that area, yes.
Okay.
All right. So. All right. I will appoint a public defender's office to represent you in this case. Don't miss your next court date, all right? Just keep in contact with PTR.
So I'm released.
Yeah, you gotta meet with PTR first, and then you can be released. You just can't go back to that area.
Okay, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Sir, tell me your name.
My name is Len Nguyen.
Mr. Lin, you are here in 2021 MM442 AO on a charge of petty theft. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. State, do you want to resolve one or both of these cases?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court is going to stay your bonds in this case at an amount of $500. Or was it? Wait, was it $250? Oh, sorry. Stay your bond amount of $250. Apologize. I'm going to order that you not return to the location where this happened. You were out on, was it an NTA case? I know it's up here. No, there's a note up here, so I'm gonna take no action on the 2020 MM 7171 AO case. All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Cody Turner.
Mr. Turner, you are here in 2021 MM 451 AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. States that offer resolve Mr. Turner's case.
Adjudication, guilt, credit for time served.
To adjudication, correct?
Yes.
All right. Sir, the city of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served. Is that an offer you want to take today?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you tell me your name? Put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Cody Turner.
Mr. Turner, you are here in 2021 MM 451 AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to that charge?
No contest,
No.
Your Honor.
You want to
No contest.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you get the right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand you get the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I want to impose court costs and cost of prosecution in this case amount of $273. I'm ordering you pay those costs directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
Doing well. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Miguel Angel Vargas.
All right, Mr. Vargas, you are here in 2021 MM 437 AO on charge of petty theft. We'll say you have an offer for Mr. Vargas.
No, Your Honor.
What happened?
They don't have an offer to resolve your case right now. They don't have an offer? You do not have an offer to resolve your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest based on the charging affidavit.
So they got an offer for the case?
No, sir. I want to stay your bond in the amount of $500 in this case. I want to make a condition your bond do not return to the location where this happened. It says detainer GPS. What is that?
A GPS hookup for Seminole County, Your Honor.
Okay.
You don't think they go give me on pretrial release and
No. Your bond's $500. You order condition your bond do not return to the scene.
okay.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Sir, tell me your name.
Travis Leon Warner.
All right, Mr. Warner, you are here in 2021 MM 435 AO on one count of trespass on property after warning. We also have a city ordinance case 2021 MO 109 AO case. Possession or consumption of alcoholic beverage in a prohibited area, and one count of possession of or consumption of alcoholic beverage in a prohibited area. State, you have an offer to resolve Mr. Warner's case.
Both of them is an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return on the trespass.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the both cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, Mr. Warner, the offer from the state of Florida is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served after both of your cases. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is that an offer you'd like to accept?
Yes, sir.
You raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Travis Warner.
Mr. Warner, you are here in two cases, 2021 MM 435 AO on a charge of trespass on property after warning, and 2021 MO 109 AO on a charge of possession or consumption of alcoholic beverage in a prohibited area. The first in a misdemeanor case as a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. As to the city ordinance violation, that's a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You don't understand you want to enter a plea as to both cases, correct?
You can say that one more time,
You want to enter a
sir.
plea of guilty or no contest to both cases?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do? Plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest to these cases, you give them the right to have a trial.
Yes, sir.
You understand you give them the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
You say, would I?
Do you understand you giving up the right to have
yes,
an
sir.
attorney
Yes,
appointed
sir.
to represent you at a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering these pleas, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, I will this. I reviewed the charging affidavits in both your cases. I do find factual basis for the entry of your plea in both cases. I'll adjudicate you guilty as the, we'll start with the two misdemeanor case, 2021 MM 435 AO. Of course, going to adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail. I'm going to impose the court costs and cost of prosecution, and the amount of that case is $273. That's the 2021 MM 435 AO. The court's going to adjudicate you guilty as to that charge, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail, and impose the court costs in that case amount of $273 and cost of prosecution. Sir, Mr. Warner, when you're not with us, what do you do for a living?
I'm a construction worker.
All right. Sir, we're gonna give you 1 year from today's date to pay all these costs directly to the clerk. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
No return to the scene of this incident. You understand? No. Yes, and the sentences are running concurrent to each other.
So I'm time served?
Yep. All right. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
This Dakotas is mental health, Your Honor?
All right. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Dakotas in 2021 MO 101 AO. That's 2020-21. 2021 MO 110 AO. You all want to waive his appearance? You want to bring him back tomorrow so you can resolve it?
We'll waive, Your Honor.
No objection to ROR, Your Honor.
Good. President objection to release Mr. Dakotas on his own recognizance in this case, with the condition that he maintain contact with his attorney, who provide a address or phone number where he can be reached. Or so actually, we don't know if he qualifies for mental health PTR, do we?
She will have to be screened.
All right, let's do it like the same one before. I prefer to have him screened for mental health PTR first, and if that doesn't work out, then ROR with the same conditions that he maintain contact with his attorney and provide an address and phone number where he can be reached. All right, to Mr. Moore.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Terry Moore, United States Army, retired.
All right, Mr. Moore, you're here in 2021 MO 112 AO. You're arrested for a charge of urinating or defecating in public. Stays in offer. State.
Withhold credit time, sir.
Sir, the state of Florida is offering you to withhold adjudication of guilt and credit time, sir. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes, sir. I have an explanation.
Do you want to take the offer?
Yes,
or
sir.
not? You want to take this offer?
Yes, sir.
All right, you raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Terry Moore, United States Army, retired.
All right, Mr. Moore, you're here in 2021 MO 112 AO on a charge of urinating or defecating in public. That is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to those charges to resolve your case?
So I did what the officer
do you want to
did.
enter-
I had an explanation.
I know. Let's get through my questions first, and then you can tell me about what you need to tell me about.
No contest.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right. Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest to these charges, you give the right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
You're saying you give the right to have a court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
What? Say it again, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol
No,
at
sir,
this
I'm
time? All right. Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes, sir.
What was that mental health illness?
PTSD, yes, sir.
All right. Do you take any medications for your PTSD?
Yes, sir.
Those medications help understand the world around you?
Yes, sir.
Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your PTSD right now, this morning?
No, sir. Right now.
I can't hear you. Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your PTSD this morning?
Yes, I have hearing voice. I hear stuff and I have flashbacks often. You know, my military
All right.
service.
Are you suffering from any of those right now?
Yes, sir.
At this very moment?
As we talk?
Yes.
No, I'm not having no flashbacks right now.
Okay.
But I was in that holding cell. I was going through some changes.
Okay. But right now, while we're having this conversation, are you having any of those symptoms right now?
Sir.
All right. All right. Do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I do find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I will impose the court cost and cost of prosecution in this case in the amount of $273. Sir, do you work or are you on disability?
I have VA disability and Social Security, sir.
All right. How long do you think it'll take you to pay the $273?
Well, I possibly pay it in a matter of days, sir. 1 to 2 days. 1 to 2 days.
I'll do this. I'll give you up to 1 year to make that payment. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
All right. I am out of cases. This was? You just sticking stuff up here. Don't tell me what it is. All right. Looks like we got some in-jail arraignments. Matthew Orr.
Matthew Orr is medical, Your Honor.
All right. So are we waiving his arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor, it appears
Sorry,
that...
appoint a public defender to represent him. I don't see it on the sheet, but appoint a public defender to represent him on this sheet. Are we waiving his arraignment?
Yeah, Your Honor, it appears that everyone on the list is not here to...
And Mark Romero on behalf of Mr. Van Dyne is being brought in, Your Honor.
Jace Thompson on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Great, thank you. Mr. O'Mara, did you put his case number on the record?
I will, Your Honor. It's 2020 CF 3445.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You're here today charged with a violation of probation, and I see that you're represented by counsel. So this is a warrant on a violation of probation for, it looks like a simple battery. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
The initial
Mr. O'Mara.
charge was, yes, Your Honor, it was.
All right.
I can tell you that the alleged complaining witness in that case has filed a declination to prosecute in Polk County. I attached that to the bond motion that I filed in this case, and it should be in your court file. She's also available for telephone testimony should you want it, but I can explain how we got here if that helps the court, because I'm going to ask that you consider allowing Mr. Van Dyne out on bond. He's been in for, I think, 17 days or 18 days by now, 20.
The statements have a copy of the declination, Your Honor.
But I don't have a copy of your motion. Do you have a copy that you
have
could
it
provide the
on my
court?
approach.
Yes, please. Let's do that really quickly, and then I can review it. Thank you, sir. Is this warrant from? No, it's from us. It's from the Ninth Circuit. Okay.
Yes, what happened,
Go ahead.
he was arrested in Polk County on the misdemeanor battery. She filed the declination, but the Polk County judge said, oh, I see you on probation. I'm going to put a VOP hold on you, which is appropriate, but they didn't do anything for about 12, 15 days. And then finally Orange County realized he's out there, so they did the violations based solely on the new arrest. But the new arrest, though it may not be prosecuted at all, with the declination of prosecutor according to the intake division, is not resolved in Polk County yet. But again, Mr. Van Dyne's been in for 20 days on what seems to be a non-issue in Polk County. And I'm trying to just get him a bond today so we can get back to his house, back to his job, both of which he's in the process of losing because of this.
All right, what says the state?
We'll leave in the court's discretion, Your Honor. I see it originally came in as a felony. He pled to a misdemeanor battery, and since the 12 months of probation that started on September the 18th of 2020 is when probation started.
And he was arrested in Polk County on a new case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're saying that there's a declination of prosecution signed by the victim in the Polk County case?
That's correct. Of course, in the Orange County case, it was a fight that ensued that my client was involved in. A bouncer or an employee came on, we have the video, and there was a tussle between my client and the bouncer. He pled or no contest to that battery. That's what he was placed on probation for.
Sorry, just in full disclosure, Your Honor, I'm looking at our system. There was an email, I guess, sent by Trevor Personaire, who I guess will be the ASA handling it downtown, that does say that he has spoken to the victim in the underlying Polk County case, and that based on that conversation, we are going to object to a request for bond.
And just to clarify,
that is just the email I have. Sorry.
Just to clarify that, no, what she's talking about is he actually spoke to the bouncer victim.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Orange County.
In the underlying case, the VOP,
Yeah.
not the Polk County that
That's
violated the bond
Yes,
or
that's
probation?
correct. Yes, because we, the complaining witness, Ms. Boyer, again, is the one who filed the declination and is available for testimony should the court want it here today on the issue of dropping the charges and what happened in Polk County that led to the VOP hold.
Is this the only, I don't know if you know this either, but is this the only allegation that violated the probation? Is this new arrest?
It is, Your Honor.
That's all I see. I don't see any other new cases, even with his name in our system, that we haven't filed on anything. So I would assume that this is it at this point, Your Honor.
And what bond are you asking for, Counselor?
$1,000 bond, or whatever the court's comfortable with. Mr. Van Dyne's had steady residence, a good job. It's just a question of sitting here. He's losing a business opportunity that he was in the middle of during all of this.
And I'm sorry, now we've had a couple conversations about this. I want to make sure I have the state's position. Do you object to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. We object to bond.
All right. All right, at this time, I'm going to deny your motion for bond, but what I'd like you to do is contact, it looks like, well, I don't know. It was originally a felony, so who's the,
Well,
it'll stay in the circuit division, Your Honor.
it stays in circuit even though it was a
Even
misdemeanor?
if he pled to a misdemeanor, it'll still stay in Division 11.
All right, so that's Judge Weiss. I don't know, I think he's still in that division.
I see Judge, is that just White?
I think it moved
It says
over-
Beamer in my system, so I don't know.
I think that was from 2020.
Okay.
Because Judge Beamer is now in the civil division, and I think Judge Weiss took over that division. So if you can get a hearing scheduled in front of him ASAP.
Well, are there any conditions under which the court might consider a resolution with him being out? Again, he was great on probation for the 3 months he was on, no priors, nothing since. A declination of prosecutor on a case that put him in jail for 20 days already, with a house that he needs to take care of and a job that he's losing because he's sitting here on a case that seemingly the state attorney's office in Polk County has stated they're not going forward once they get the declination. That almost 99% of the time leads to a dismissal of the violation of probation under the substantive case because that was the only basis for the violation, and yet he sits in jail merely accused with a declination to prosecute.
So I'll tell you the court's thinking right now, and you can give me any other thoughts that you have, but there are lots of reasons that victims sign requests not to prosecute. I did read it. I see it's attached to your motion. It says that it's a domestic battery, and so I think that this court's inclination is wait until the prosecutor meets with the victim, because I don't know if they'll drop a case just based on this document. I would think they'd want to meet with the victim themselves and have a conversation, sworn testimony, and then they'll decide if they're going to move forward with the prosecution.
Sure.
So because he's on probation for a battery and then violated that probation with a new domestic battery, that's my concern.
And just
So-
brief response, since you sort
Yes.
of suggested I might. The state attorney's office in Polk County, we had initially done a declination to prosecute at the complaining witness's request. The state said, come on down, talk to us, fill out our form here, and then we will take it and most likely not go forward. So they've had that opportunity with the complaining witness in the new case. So they've already met with the state attorney's office, and from my conversations with Intake, once they got that form, they're going to decide not to go forward. Again, that's just to clarify that.
But,
I
hold on, but they haven't done it yet? So they met with the witness, but they haven't?
Not that I've seen. You know, and quite honestly, with some of what COVID's doing to us all and the day off yesterday, I know that it's just happening. The only other thing I want to clear up is I understand that the state opposes the bond because their bouncer client, victim, opposes the bond. Interesting, but I would suggest that we shouldn't meld the two too much in that the complaining witness in a misdemeanor battery from having involved in a tussle in a bar, when you compare it to what happened or didn't happen with the new charge in Polk County, all I'm asking is that we allow him the benefit of his presumption of innocence, give him a bond so that he can go back to work. Certainly a condition of this court, I can anticipate being absolutely no contact with the complaining witness in the old case or the new case. Stay away from her. And that's just a condition that he can comply with, yet be at liberty, rather than sitting here in Orange County Jail until another week or two sometimes pass by to try and get on a busy circuit judge's position for the same exact argument.
Right. Does the state have any other response or argument?
No, I just have the email from the ASA handling it. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Saying that the victim in the original case opposes bond.
Correct, and that we will be objecting. That's
and that
what
the state is objecting.
And that email was a communication between Mr. Mayor and that ASA.
All right. You said your client has a job?
Yes, Your Honor. I can have him explain it. He was actually in the middle, and not to get too far into the underlying case, his girlfriend, the complaining witness in Polk County, was part of that business opportunity. That was changing. They were splitting up. He was trying to he got his computer back. He took her business phone, so she took his phone. I think the declination of prosecution says what she then took was I took his phone. He came to get it back from me. Hit me on the waist, I think it was, and that's what led to it. When the officers got there, and again, this is in the arrest affidavit that you may or may not have available to you, once they found out he was on probation, they didn't need to hear anything else.
I don't have that.
Okay.
So all I have is your motion and then the declination of prosecution.
I'm not trying to, pre-trial the case. The officers say, upon my arrival, I met with the defendant, Mr. Van Dyne, and his fiancee victim, Ms. Boyer, were in a verbal argument over a cell phone. Escalated, the defendant actually and intentionally pushed the victim in the upper torso against her will one time. Victim did not suffer any visible injuries and refused medical attention. Lived together for 2 years. Contacted, found out that he was on probation.
All right.
So I'm not trying to preempt everything that needs to run its way through the process in both counties. It just seems that a 20-day sentence to date without an adjudication or finding of guilt may be enough punishment until we find out whether or not he's actually guilty of anything.
Yeah, I understand your arguments, and they're honestly pretty persuasive. I'm not going to set a bond, though, because the warrant that was signed by Judge Weiss says no bond. So I just think you need to get it in front of him as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor.
But for what it's worth, you were really close. It was very persuasive, so. All right, sir, I'm not going to give you a bond at this time, but stay in touch with your attorney because he's going to get this scheduled in front of Judge Weiss, who's the judge who's presiding over your case. And as fast as he can get that scheduled, it can be heard in front of that judge, okay? Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for me? No. Okay, I think he's saying no.
He said no.
Okay. It's really loud up here. So it's
Thank
hard
you
for
for
me
the
to
time,
hear.
Your Honor.
Yes, thank you,
Appreciate
sir. I appreciate your time. I don't need anything else for that, right?
Good seeing you too. Have a good one. Stay safe.
I remembered that so far. All right, let's get going. Who do we have first?
Your Honor, Mr. Ambrosio.
Okay, good. That's what I
refused,
got.
Your Honor.
Oh, he refused. This is, Case number 2021 CF 705, the defendant David Ambrosio. He refused. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him. I don't know which of you, either of you from the public defender's office want to.
Typically, Your Honor, in this kind of situation, the court will find the refusal a voluntary waiver, and we will be automatically appointed.
Okay, so I am going to find that refusal to be a voluntary waiver. Yes. And I'm appointing the public defender, but what do you want to do with it?
Oh, I mean, if it's a voluntary waiver, it's already waived, so we'll just, we'll take care of it downtown.
All right. Is that all I need to say then?
That's it. Don't forget the barcode. You got to scan.
I did the barcode. I did at the beginning. Is that it?
You have to do everything.
Right, I did. Before I called him, I did it. Now what do I do? Just
Are
leave
you
it?
leaving the bonds as is, Your Honor?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
All right, next I have.
Antonisha Barnes.
Miss Barnes. All right. You're here in 2021 CF 714AO, charged with possession of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a place of worship with intent to sell, possession of cannabis over 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Ma'am, do you have an attorney? I'm sorry.
No, sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
State has no objection to pretrial release for her. We would just ask for no possession of any drugs or be in the presence of any known drug dealer.
Interesting. I might do that. Ma'am, do you have an attorney to represent you?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you at this time.
No objection, Your Honor, to pretrial release.
Does she qualify?
She does, Your Honor.
I'm just looking at her sheet, Your Honor, on the last page.
Yeah. Why would we put her on pretrial release, counselor?
Because if something happens, that's a quicker way to violate her than if she fails to report, if she has a positive RUA or something like that, they can violate her quicker than if she was just living a cash bond and what was going on we wouldn't know of at the state attorney's office. Whereas they can file the violation of pretrial release, their office independently of us.
All right, then I'm going to put you on pretrial release. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. You're not allowed to return to the scene, and you're not allowed to associate with any known drug dealers. Are we doing drug screens at this time?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right, so you'll also be subjected to random drug screens. I'm sorry?
That's for 30 days.
Yeah, through pretrial, yes. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the defense will request a 30-day grace period before the drug screen starts, so whatever is in her system can have time to flush out.
All right, since it is cannabis that she's charged with, I'll give you that. So 30-day grace period.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am. I'm going to not give you all of this, I feel like. Can you take it off? All right. Next, sir, please tell me your name.
My name is Levi Bradford.
All right, sir. You're here in case number 21 CF 704AO. You're charged with possession of cannabis with an intent to sell, possession of burglary tools, trafficking in methamphetamines over 14 grams, possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of cannabis, possession of methamphetamine, possession of a controlled substance, and attempted burglary of a conveyance. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause here. Sir, do you have an attorney to represent you?
No, at the moment, no.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you wish to be heard on anything?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to leave your bonds as they are currently. So on count 3, your bond is $50,000. Count 1, it's $150. Count 2, it's $150. Count 4, it's $150. Count 5, it's $100. Count 6, $150. Count 7, $150. Count 8, $150. And count 9, $150. All right. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, he also has a out-of-county violation on probation. Second case.
Whoops. Hold on. I see it. Sorry, I missed that. Thank you for pointing it out. All right, sir, it looks like you have a warrant for a violation of probation out of Lake County. Hold on, let me find the warrant.
Ma'am, I'm on probation in Orange County.
It says Lake, but I don't know.
You may have been transferred here for supervision, but the case is
Oh, but
out
it's a
of.
Lake County case?
Yes.
Okay, I understand, because it looks like... All right, but I don't have the warrant. Do you have the warrant?
What's on view? On view? Charging affidavit?
So is there no bond on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then I'll not disturb that warrant. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name.
Alexander Castillo.
All right, sir. You're hearing case number 21 CF 5440. Charged with, actually, this is a warrant, it looks like, for burglary of a structure and grand theft. It has bonds on the warrant. I'll leave those as is.
Could I ask a quick question?
Yes, sir.
I was wondering why it's so high. It's a $10,000 bond for burglary of a structure. I didn't understand that because I have no history of burglary or anything.
Honestly, sir, I don't know the answer to that question. I didn't set the bond. Another judge did that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can't tell you why. Hold on, let me see. If there's anything. It could just be based on prior criminal history, or I don't really know.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
different judge said it.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm not going to change it at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'll do is I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and then they can file a motion if they want to
Are they
to
going to
reduce your
remove the
bond or
hold?
anything.
Because I was, this is a warrant, but so they put a hold on me because I attempted to bond out, which is why this warrant, I guess, came up. So
There's
with
no
this-
hold on him, Your Honor.
There's no
All right,
hold?
so there's no hold on you now.
Thank you very
just
much.
this warrant. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Next, please tell me your name.
Terrence Clayton.
All right, sir, you're here on a warrant for failing to appear. There's no bond. This is case number 2020 CF 5674AO. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you if they're not previously appointed. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
I just do it at the end. It's like the beginning. Hi, please tell me your name.
Gabriel Corso.
All right, sir. You're here in 2020 CF 114590, charged with 2 counts of failing to appear. There's no bond on that warrant. I'll not be well, it's a KPS. I'll not be disturbing that. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Just to go over it for dues, Your Honor?
All right, this is case number 2020 CF 15250. Daniel Colbreth. It's a warrant for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There are currently bond amounts. I find his refusal to come a waiver of his appearance, but I will appoint the public defender to represent him. All right, who's next? What's your name, sir?
Vincent Lee Dasher.
All right, Mr. Dasher, it looks like you're here in 21 CF 70780, charged with aggravated battery. Sir, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and there is probable cause for your arrest in this case. The bond is $3,500. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene, and you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you still live there, sir?
Well, my stuff is there. First of all, I plead not guilty, and my stuff is there.
All right, hold on, before you say anything else.
The charge.
Wait, hold on, sir.
Okay, yes, I'll listen to you.
Just let me make sure we get this covered. Did I appoint the public defender already?
No.
No, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Sir, if your items are at that
Yes.
location, I'll allow you one time you can return to that location with law enforcement to get your items, okay? So-
Okay.
You'll be able to do that.
Okay.
But you can't go without law enforcement. So make sure that you go with law enforcement just the one time to get your items and don't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Good luck, sir. Sir, please tell me your name.
Ma'am,
State your name.
What's your name?
Ray Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here in 21 CF 71180. You're charged with possession of a short-barreled shotgun, carrying a concealed firearm, resisting an officer without violence. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and I do find there's probable cause for your arrest in this case. The bond amounts are on count 1, $5,000, count 2, $300, count 3, $200. If you're able to bond out, sir, you're not allowed to return to the scene, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs, and you're not allowed to possess a firearm or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions?
Could I go to Orange County office with an officer to get my phone so I can get in contact with my mother?
Yes, you can return one time with
Yeah.
it is
Thank
there.
you, John.
This is 21 CF 71280, possession of methamphetamine, attempting to destroy evidence, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Give me one moment. All right, I also find probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond amounts are $2,000 on count 1, $200 on count 2, $200 on count 3, and $200 on count 4. Does the public defender wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. In order to bail out, he needs to have access to his phone. We're just requesting that he's allowed access to his phone to get his mother's information out of it.
Access to his phone here at the jail?
Yes, right?
Yes, it's in his
not
property.
here.
It's in,
Orange County Sheriff's Office. They took-
Oh,
oh, they took it. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
We ain't gonna get that.
Yes, yes. The bond conditions are the
Yes, I
same.
did not see.
All right, good luck, sir.
Y'all got a moment?
Oh, yes? Only that thing. Okay. I just want to get all the way to the state and find out if they have the record on me. Seems like a bad idea.
Can I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Frank Gonzalez.
All right, I have,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Coquila Eves, she refused.
all right, can I do her right after I do him?
Yes.
Is that okay? All right. So you're here, sir, in 21 CF 2690. You're here for on a warrant for failing to comply with sex offender reporting requirements. The bond is $7,500. I have to advise you that you have reporting requirements if and when you bond out. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Next, I have Coquila Eves, 2021 CF 71780. She's charged with possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. I'll find her refusal to appear for court, a waiver of her arraignment. The bond amount is $15,000, and I'm going to leave it. If she is able to bond out, she's not allowed to return to the scene or possess or consume any illegal drugs. All right, come on up, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Hi, my name is Donald LeGrand.
Donald LeGrand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're here in 2020 CF 278480. Sir, you're here on a capias for failing to appear.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you say anything, let me stop you.
I apologize.
Your bond amount on that capias is none. I can't authorize a bond today. The law doesn't allow me to do that. This is another judge's capias.
Okay, well,
So-
I've been in touch with Miss Adams. It was Judge Adams. It was due to the corona.
Hold on. Before you say anything else, let me also advise you that everything you say here is being recorded and can be
understand.
used against you.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me appoint the public defender to represent you, and I'm guessing that their advice to you would be, don't make any statements here today. I can't change the bond anyway, so you need to have a bond hearing in front of the judge assigned to your case, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Have a great day.
You too.
Francis Ramirez bonded,
Okay. Oh,
and Algia, Alicia, I'm sorry, Romero, she refused.
bonded. Okay. What about William Pryor?
Do you have an inmate number, Your Honor?
Sure. I'm sure it's somewhere here. Give me a minute.
Top right.
I don't see an inmate number. I see an agency case number. I want to be helpful.
I did 1516.
Oh, okay. Now I'll know that.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, so next you said Alicia Romero refused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is case number, 21 CF 71980. She's charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause. I find her refusal to come to court a waiver of her appearance. I will leave the bonds as set, $1,000 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. If she's able to bond out, she's not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. And then it looks, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent her. Is this another case? She's on a bond? That's what I thought. Okay, so she's also got 21 CF 719. I'm gonna revoke her bonds on the counts in that case.
She has 2 cases.
I see, oh, I see it, it's down here. In 2020 MM 7784AO, I'm also gonna revoke her bond in that case.
Bond says add none.
Yes. All right, next. Sir, please tell me your name.
Preston Snodgrass.
All right, sir. You're here in 21 CF 706AO, charged with attempted burglary of a conveyance. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause in this case for your arrest. The bond is currently $3,500.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release.
All right. State has no objection, Your Honor. We would request no contact or return to the scene, possession of no drugs, no weapons.
All right, sir, I'll place you on pretrial release. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. You're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to possess any weapons. You'll be subjected to random drug screens. Was that it, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, he does reside in Jacksonville, and he was planning on returning back there. That's where he lives. Is he able to do pretrial release?
Oh, yeah, it's just if they resides out of state.
Okay,
He's
perfect.
Okay, all right, good luck, sir.
Wait.
Come on up, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Nicole Murray Sullivan.
All right, Miss Sullivan, you're here on a warrant. This is case number 2020 CF. Oh, did I do this? I can't remember. CF, okay, 2020 CF 11563. You're here on a warrant. Count 1 is burglary of a dwelling with no bond. Count 2, fraudulent use of a credit card, a $1,500 bond. Count 3, possession of a stolen or counterfeit credit card. The bond amount is $150, and credit card theft is count 4 with a $150 bond. I'm going to leave those bonds as is.
Yes, ma'am.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Yeah, count 1 is no bond.
Your Honor, I believe she's entitled to a bond as to count 1 on the Berg dwelling.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I don't think it's a PBL. I think she's entitled, it may have come in at no bond, but I believe she's entitled to after seeing you, Your Honor.
Oh, it is at F2, you're right. All right,
Based on our history, Your Honor, state has no objection to a $1,500 bond, no return to the scene. Yeah. No contact with the victims.
all right. I'll give you a $1,500 bond on count 1.
Okay.
So you have that on count 1 and count 2. Thank you, counselor, for catching that. Oh, conditions of your release: if you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You can't have any contact with the victim. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. Oh, no drugs. Okay, all right, that's it. Those are the conditions. Not return, no victim contact, strike the drugs. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counselor.
No problem, Your Honor.
Sir, what's your name?
James Waples.
All right, Mr. Waples, you're hearing case number 21 CF 728. You have a capias as well. Hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. So you're charged with a scheme to defraud by communication and petty theft. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bonds are $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. And then in 2020 MM 464 AW. I'm gonna take no action on that case. All right.
So does that mean I still got a bond?
You do have bonds. If you're able to bond out,
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
All right, if you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to return to the scene or have any victim contact.
Okay, so I didn't get my other bond revoked.
I did not revoke it.
Thank you. God bless.
You as well. Good luck, sir. Who's next?
Marlena Calhoun.
All right. You're here in 2014 CF 7391 GO. It's a violation of probation. With no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
I
Oh. Do you have an attorney?
I do. He was supposed to be here. My sister spoke with him to explain the situation. My sister is just tested positive for COVID. She emailed him the thing, but she is the only one with my 4 children, and she can't quarantine with a 2-year-old to 11-year-old. I'm not sure why he's not here, but he said that he would be here.
I see it's Roger Whedon. Is that the attorney?
My attorney,
Yeah.
yes. He was supposed to be here to explain. She's in a medical field, but
Can we pass this case for one moment, Your Honor, and I will try to reach out to see if Mr.
Sure.
Whedon can appear by
Is that
phone.
okay if we bring her back in a little while?
Yes.
All right, we'll bring you back, ma'am.
okay, thank you.
I'm just gonna shoot a quick text message.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sir, tell me your name.
Roberto Hernandez.
All right, sir, you're hearing case number 21 MM 428AO. charged with loitering or prowling.
I was on someone's property for a split second.
Hold on one second. And 20 CF 5225 AO, violation of probation. Looks like the violation of probation warrant has no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both the VOP and the new law violation. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause here. I'm not going to disturb the warrant, the VOP warrant that has no bond. But in the loitering or prowling, your bond is $250. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Michael Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams. You're here in 18 CF 7064AO, charged with violating probation. The warrant has no bond. And in case number 2021 CF 713AO, charged with tampering with physical evidence and possession of cannabis. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. Hold on one moment. Sorry. I missed this probable cause affidavit earlier, and I'm reading it now.
This is on Mr. Williams' case, Your Honor?
Yes. What's the tampering with physical evidence?
I have one moment, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess that the fact that they asked him and that it's in his groin and he didn't admit to that, that's what the officer is saying. I didn't say I found PC, I'm just saying that's what my guess is what the officer is thinking. No objection to ROR for no PC as to count one.
Yeah.
Well, and ROR is count two anyways.
All right. Sir, after reviewing the probable cause affidavit, I'm not finding probable cause as to count one, so I'll release you on your own recognizance as to that. And then, having no objection from the state, I'll release you on your own recognizance as to count two. But you still have the felony VOP warrant. All right?
Your Honor, is that no bond, Your Honor?
That has no bond, right? And I appointed the public defender's office to represent him in both cases. Yes, and I found probable cause as to count two, not count one. Right. Thank you. Good luck, sir. What's your name?
Molly Wilson.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're here in 17 CF 8431 and 2021 CF 699.
Your Honor, I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry. Could we just briefly readdress the last case? It appears that the state is not going to move forward on the violation of probation, but he's still being held at no bond on the VOP. Is it in the court's discretion to grant a bond in this case since we have unusual circumstances?
It's a warrant or a capias? It should be a warrant, right?
Maybe
I think it came in at an on view, Your Honor,
you.
due to his
Because he was
current
arrested under the new
charges.
law, right?
Yes.
We'll leave that in the court's discretion, Your Honor, based on the information of the new law offense.
So, are you saying that because, is the state dropping the second case?
I don't know that we're gonna drop it because I haven't spoken to the officer on what the tampering else would be. I know we're not gonna go forward on the possession of less than 20 grams. The
Okay.
office policy is we're not gonna be able to, because FDLE cannot test for that amount. So we know that we're not going forward on at least count 2. The tampering, though, I don't feel comfortable with dropping it today because I just don't know
Right,
what
if
else
there-
could have happened.
Okay. But if you do, are those the only
Yes.
things that violated his probation?
Right now, yes, it's the new law arrest, Your Honor.
And what was he on probation for originally? Does anyone know?
From possession of controlled substance and possession of marijuana over 20 grams.
We would ask like $1,000 to $1,500 bond.
I'm sorry, can you get closer to the
I'm
mic?
sorry, we would ask for anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 for the bond. For the
What says the state?
That's fine, no objection, Your Honor, to that.
All right, then, sir, I'm going to give you a bond in the 18 CF 7064. I'll make your bond $1,000. If you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. That includes cannabis. And you'll be subjected to random screens.
And Your Honor, we request that he report to his probation officer within 24 hours of his release.
Yes, you'll have to report to probation within 24 hours of your release, because you're still on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Molly Wilson.
All right. This is 17 CF 8431 and 2021 CF 699 AO. So in the 17 CF 8431, you're here for a violation of probation. And in 2021 CF 699 AO, you're charged with possession of alprazolam and possession of cannabis. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. I do find probable cause for your arrest. There's no bond on your violation of probation case. Count 1 in 21 CF 699, your bond is $1,000. Count 2, it's $100.
Your Honor, if I may ask for
Wait.
leniency.
Wait, hold on one moment, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
You have another one. It's 21 CT 487 AO, charged with driving while license suspended. And in that case, your bond is $500. I've appointed the public defender to represent you. Would you like to speak to them for one moment?
Please. I can't hear you. Oh. Okay. Oh.
And that was Marlana. Thanks, y'all.
I have a week.
All right, ma'am, your attorney can file a motion to reduce your bond if he wishes. Thank you. Good luck. All right. This is Judge Gibson.
Hello, this is Roger Whedon.
Good afternoon, sir. I believe we have your client here. This is Marlana Calhoun. Is that correct?
Marlana Calhoun.
case number 2014 CF 7391GO. She has a violation of probation, and there's no bond on that warrant.
Would Your Honor consider a bond for her? This is a nonviolent probation violation. I don't believe she has any violent history. It's not recent.
What says the state?
I'm just trying to see, I think the only violation I'm just trying to look at this violation affidavit that we have in our system.
Just to place on the record, she is a violent felony offender of special concern, Your Honor.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So I don't believe she's gonna be able to, we're not to be able to set a bond until she goes before.
Right.
It's like 20 years ago. I haven't had a violent charge in over 20 years. I was 15 years old. I'm 35. Well, I'll be 35 this year. I haven't had not one violent charge since then.
I'm sorry, ma'am, at this time, this court isn't considering a bond, but your attorney can file a motion in front of the trial judge who's hearing your case, and then they might consider giving you a bond on this, all right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave it at no bond right now.
Mr. Whedon, this is Division 19 and Judge Renee Roach's division.
Okay.
Yes, I see that. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll bring it up to Judge Roach then.
All right, thank you, counselor. Have a nice day.
You too.
Have a court hearing.
Okay, so talk is still lit up. Oh, I hit end call. That's right. Okay. All right. What's your name, sir?
Jose Cotero.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 0054425. This is an out-of-county warrant. It looks like it's a warrant out of, I think, Polk County. And there's no bond currently set on this warrant. Have they been appointed public defender on the out-of-county cases? Yes, okay. Because you have no bond, I'm gonna appoint the public defender here, and we'll get in touch with the judge in your county, and we'll find out if they're transporting. But at this time, you still have no bond, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck. Oh, sorry. Sir, tell me your name.
Drake Davis.
All right, sir, you're here in 203834 MMA, out-of-county warrants from Seminole County, 2015-98 CTA, another out-of-county warrant from Seminole County. And on all of those, you have no bond. And then it looks like you have 2020 CT 686 AW. And 2020 CF 6945 AO. And 19 CT 6059. This is a lot of warrants. All right, so you only have bond on one, and it's a $10,000 bond in case number 19 CT 6059. I'm not going to take any action on these cases, but I'm going to leave all of his bonds and the other warrants at none. At this time, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. We'll get in touch with the judge in the other counties and see if they're going to transport you. But at this time, you can't bond out.
Okay, that's fine.
All right? All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
I have Tremaine Flats.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if I had to do that the last time. Do we have any other inmates?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else from the attorneys?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll be adjourned.